today we are going to talk about the 5 things that you need to do today to quick start and jumpstart your natural testosterone production. Now, the first thing that we need to focus on, as I've mentioned many times and will mention many times again, is to correct any micronutrient deficiencies. When you have a micronutrient deficiency in any of the main vitamins or minerals that your body requires for producing testosterone, you will have a problem producing testosterone. It's very logical. It's how your body works, but you need to correct these micronutrient deficiencies in order to bring your testosterone back into the normal range. And there are studies showing in human males that when they correct certain deficiencies, if they have low testosterone, that testosterone, their serum testosterone, will go back into the normal range almost immediately. And this could take just a matter of a couple weeks if you know exactly what to optimize. Now, that's the first thing. The second thing is to lower your exposure to certain endocrine disrupting chemicals in your immediate environment. Now, what does that mean? For example, I am drinking out of a glass bottle instead of out of a plastic bottle. We consume a lot of things, a lot of food, a lot of liquids, especially hot liquids, out of plastic containers. Now, plastic typically contains a myriad, endocrine disrupting chemicals. However, BPA and BPS being the chief ones. BPA is found in many things in our daily life. It's very common to have it in plastics. We get it on our hands on a daily basis. One of the most common things you find it in is sales receipts. So you typically will grab a sales receipt. It'll be on your hands. You might touch your face, your eyes, your mouth. You might eat some food with that afterwards if you haven't washed your hands. We are exposed to many endocrine disrupting chemicals on a daily basis. So eliminate your exposure to those. Now, a couple easy ways to do that is to either, if you have to take sales receipts, maybe for tracking for your taxes or whatever, just take them, put them somewhere, and then wash your hands. Don't use hand sanitizer. Don't use that stuff. It actually has been found to speed the absorption of BPA into the skin. So don't use hand sanitizer. Just wash your hands thoroughly with some good soap, some good natural soap. Also, drink out of metal containers or glass containers instead of plastic containers. That can help you on a daily basis. A lot of people consume tons of bottles of liquids out of plastic containers on a daily basis. Also, if you tend to use a microwave to heat up food, don't heat up the food in plastic containers. All those chemicals are leaching into your food, then you're just eating it. So there's some quick and easy things you can do to limit your exposure to endocrine disrupting chemicals. Now, the third thing that you can do is actually, if you just read the Test Shock program, it's very simple. This is basically, it contains all of the basics for testosterone enhancement in your body, natural testosterone optimization. So it's a matter of convenience at a certain point where we have so much free information on anabolic men. We have hundreds and hundreds of articles, tens or hundreds of thousands of words worth of information. We have a bunch of videos now. However, just reading the basics in this book, there are 360 pages in this book. It is all in one place, everything you need to know. You really don't need to know much more than what's in that program. Whether you get the book or whether you get the digital program, which also comes with over 40 videos explaining all the information that you need to know. You should read that if you haven't read it yet. If you have read it, then you're all good. Next, the fourth thing is to identify the stressors in your life, because we've talked about before, stress in chronically elevated cortisol levels is a testosterone killer. It's really bad for your endocrine health to have chronically elevated cortisol levels. Cortisol itself is not bad. It's just a part of the milieu, the hormonal environment that you have. However, people run into a lot of problems when their cortisol stays high for a long period of time. And most people have very high cortisol levels in our modern world, unless you have a non-stressful lifestyle, which is very rare. So identify the stressors in your life and eliminate the ones that aren't completely necessary. Also, eliminate any destructive stressors, whether they're physical, like poor training methods, like endurance training, or psychological, like any kind of exposure to negative psychological stressors. For example, even something just watching the news every day. People get all crazy about politics and the news and how the world's going to hell. If you just stopped watching the news And if the news gets you all riled up and you just stop doing that, or if you work on, developing, getting rid of your road rage, certain things, if you can communicate better with your spouse or your partner, if you have a better family life, if you have better relationships, if you improve your work life and your relationship with your boss, all of these things add up to chronic cortisol elevation. So if you can lower any of them at any point in the near future, they will help. The last thing is actually to take a serving of the new Testosterone X by Truth Nutraceuticals. It's actually the one testosterone booster supplement formula that is completely legit. This stuff is amazing. It contains magnesium, it contains zinc, it contains ashwagandha. In the KSM66 ashwagandha, which is the one that has all the studies in human men, the KSM66 ashwagandha has the studies showing the increase in testosterone, massive increases in testosterone in men. And that's because KSM66 has twice the withanolide content as regular ashwagandha, the stuff that you would go regularly buy on the shelf. It also contains boron, which has a massive amount of human male studies showing increases in both free testosterone and total testosterone, as well as lowering estrogen. Also contains forskolin, which has some amazing testosterone boosting properties. It also has a blend in it called LH Surge, the LH Surge blend, which is the combination of inositol, glycine, and L-theanine. And each of those in itself promotes LH production and LH signaling in the body. And as some of you know, if you don't know this yet, LH stands for luteinizing hormone. It's secreted by your pituitary gland. Your anterior pituitary secretes it to signal to the Leydig cells in your testes to produce testosterone. So by upregulating and having a healthy signaling with LH through the inositol, glycine, and L-theanine, you're going to have healthy signaling for your body to produce testosterone naturally. So Testosterone X, just one serving daily is all you need. Or if you don't want to get Testosterone X, you can still get a combination of all of those ingredients together. The benefit of Testosterone X is obviously that it's all in one place and it's very convenient, and the price is a lot better than if you were to buy all those bottles together. However, you can take the same herbs and the same vitamins and minerals in those proper dosages and still get a good effect. So those are the 5 things that you should do today to jumpstart your testosterone production. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe on YouTube, and I will see you on the next video.